This whole episode was basically fan service canon all the way. Hope you enjoyed this content. This is Sullivan Alligator review of Naruto Shippuden episode 391. Madara Uchiha Arise. Now this episode itself, but after the fall of Obito's defeat, he's now come to terms with himself and everything that he's done. Because it was Naruto that basically turned him around. Because remember, he and Naruto were the same. Just that one went down a dark path and the other one didn't. Yeah, Naruto is what Obito wanted to be. And was. And he couldn't fulfill his dream because he lost the one glimmer of light in his life that meant anything, and that was Rin. I mean, her death shook his world to the point and there was nothing but darkness. It became an open book for people like Madara to write in. And what I'm saying is the truth. And it is very dangerous. Dangerous. Even though he lays on the floor right now, and in the battlefield you got Hashirama and the others striving to subdue Madara. He now realizes, now that he's been through all this, he knows that he has nothing left to lose. Because he has nothing on earth to lose. He even tries to do a Naruto and tries to use the ghetto art of Renee Rebirth, trying to undo his mistake, but doesn't work. Doesn't work because in the end, Madara had plans to use that Renee Rebirth on himself. He wanted to use Naruto to perform it, but then Obito, now that he's about to use it, he has Black Zetsu to use it. We all know that Black Zetsu was created from the essence of Madara, but we all know the truth about Black Zetsu, the real truth, the true nature of him. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but unless you go read the manga, trust me. And this is straight up manga and canon. The whole episode was like that the entire way. Anyway, straight up, following the example of manga, even though it's from Obito's regrets to him making his sacrifice decision, into the part where I got his flesh and blood back. Episode itself was virtually a major step up, because right now, even though he has won the fight against Obito, now they gotta deal with Madara once again, flesh and blood. Remember, he's more powerful now that he is flesh and blood again. He can be more dangerous than he was when he was in his prime, and potentially more dangerous. Yes, to the point where he subdues Hashirama, takes his sage power through power. Like right now, now everything's on the edge. Even though they're holding their own, with Madara's now being flesh and blood, he has the potential to be more dangerous than ever. And now that he's been made flesh and blood, and his target is the tailed beast, he's gonna go after all of them once. Now that he's flesh and blood, he has the potential to become the Jinchuriki, the 10 tails again. But you have to understand, someone like Madara can't be subdued so easily. But the others have not given up their fight yet either. They have not given up their fight yet either. And Obito and right now Naruto, they're still in this fight. You can't give up on those boys, not yet. As those boys are still in this fight, you can't just deny them because of what they are. These guys made it through this far. They can make it through a whole bunch of stuff. So basically, give credit where credit is due, and I give this episode a lot of credit. And despite everything and anything that is done, and even though this seems a little fast-paced, you have to understand this is a major episode in the moment. But this is the moment where the tide turns, and it's not going to get worse before it's going to get worse before it gets better. Now, why am I saying this? Let's just say there are some things that in the manga happened, but I can't tell you about. Why can't I tell you about it? If I had a shot, trust me, I want to explain things to you, but I can't. But if I reveal all things at once, it will reveal, I won't be much of a reviewer. Anyways, episode itself is basically it's perfect, and the animation itself was spot on, and especially the action and impact of how Madara fights it, even though he doesn't have his Rinnegan anymore. Remember, he gave his Rinnegan away. He removed them and tried to substitute Sharingan. He took it from someone else. We never know who that Sharingan belonged to, but it was probably from a dead Uchiha. But then you have to understand what is the concept. And because Madara, now that he doesn't have his eyes anymore, he can see more clearly now that he has Sage Jutsu power inside of him, and with this power now flowing inside of him, and he even thought about taking Sasuke's eyes until he gets his Rinnegan back. Because remember, he was the first to awaken the true potential of the Mangekyo Sharingan, the Eternal. So basically, this whole battle is going to be one major climate change, and it's going to get worse before it gets better. I know I'm saying a lot, but you have to understand what I'm saying is the truth. Big fight, major moments, and major upsets. And we gotta do, and they're gonna show some of this before we go to winter break, because that's when the manga and the anime, they all go on winter break, you know, all them stuff, yada yada yada, you know. They did that. They do it every year, you know, till like past New Year's. But you have to understand, it's the holidays. So hope you enjoyed that spot in the summer. My name is Naruto Shippuden, episode 391, Madara Arising. Hope you enjoyed this one. Subscribe. Thank you. Signing off.